In this video, I'm going to show you how to add realistic imperfections to a clean metal surface in 3ds Max using LotPixel Hub. We'll see how you can achieve this with just one click, step by step. First, let's quickly take a look at the new free metal textures we've added to LotPixel. As you can see, these are clean, high-quality metal surfaces. We have materials like aluminum and steel, all fully PBR ready. In this video, we'll take these perfect surfaces and make them more realistic by adding imperfections. Because in real life, no metal surface is perfectly clean. Now let's jump into 3ds Max. I select my object, then choose the free shiny aluminum metal texture in 4K resolution from LotPixel Hub. Before importing, I open the import settings. I check which application is selected to make sure everything is correctly configured. I also quickly review the texture settings, then proceed with the import. The material is now automatically applied. I enable interactive render to preview the result. As you can see, we now have a very clean, physically accurate aluminum surface, but it still looks too perfect. So let's add some imperfections. First, I'll import dirt imperfections. The logic here is important. If your object already has a LotPixel material, the imperfections are layered on top of it. They don't come as a separate material. Instead, they integrate into the existing one. First, I import the imperfections. Then, I start the interactive render, so we can see everything in real time. Now, I open the LotPixel Hub interface and show the Imperfections panel. From here, you can control all the imperfection settings directly. Since I want to focus on reflections first, I set the blend normal value to 0. This way, we disable the normal effect and only work with roughness. Now, I apply a UVW map modifier. This allows us to control how the texture is distributed across the object. I set the values to 25, 25, 25, and now we have a very light dirt effect on the surface. To make it more visible, I increase the base roughness to 10. This directly affects the reflectivity of the main material. As the roughness increases, the reflections become more diffused, and the imperfections start to show much more clearly. If I want even stronger results, I can increase the blend roughness. Since this works as a multiply operation, the main roughness and imperfections roughness are multiplied, making the effect much stronger. Now let's import another imperfections map, scratched metal. This time, I want to focus on scratches. After importing, we'll see two types of effects: reflection-based and actual physical scratches. First, I demonstrate real scratches using the normal map. I reset the previous roughness so we can see clearly. Now the scratches are visible. To enhance them, I set tiling to 2. This makes the scratches smaller and more dense. Then I increase the normal intensity to 3, which adds depth. Setting blend normal to 1 fully combines the normal maps, resulting in sharper details. I reset tiling back to 1 for clarity. Now we have very realistic scratches. Next, I switch to reflection-based scratches. I set the normal value to 0. Now the scratches are only visible through reflections, but they are subtle. To enhance them, I set blend roughness to 1. This multiplies the main material's roughness with the imperfections roughness, making the scratches more visible in reflections. For even stronger results, I increase base roughness again to 10. Now the scratches are very clear in reflections. Finally, let's add a heavily dirt imperfections map. I import it, and since this is a new imperfections layer, the blend roughness is set to 0.5 by default. Now, I want to focus only on reflections, so I set the blend normal value to 0. And as you can see, the dirt is already very clearly visible through reflections. Next, I reduce the roughness value to 0. This makes the surface cleaner again, and the imperfections become less noticeable. Finally, I want the dirt to appear larger, so I adjust the tiling to 0.5. This scales up the imperfections, making them twice as large. And now, you can clearly see the dirt patterns much more prominently on the surface. In conclusion, with LotPixel Hub, you're not just importing textures, you're enhancing materials in seconds. The imperfection system allows you to add dirt, scratches, and surface variation instantly without complex node setups. This saves a huge amount of time and lets you achieve professional quality results effortlessly. If you want more realistic renders, I highly recommend combining clean materials with imperfections. because realism always comes from detail.